came at an excellent time. Gold just broke through 2,600. I think yesterday opened up a little bit. Today is completely breaking out. If you look at it, just put a chart. Every time I do a presentation, I like to put some most important picture on the first page. I just put it right at the get-go. You can see gold goes through a few breakout one by one. I just show you here is, about $500. And then you can see this, about $500. And then this, probably another $500. So we are heading towards 3,000. I think the timing will be probably by the end of this year. September always the beginning of the gold season because we have an Indian holiday coming, Christmas coming, and Chinese New Year. Usually those are the driving for the physical demand. Even though it's very high price, people still buying. So gold is quite seasonal. So the September looks like a very strong, and I'm hoping by Chinese New Year, early next year, we'll see gold at 3,000. Okay, let's get started. So this is my presentation, disclaimer, hope you read it carefully. And so I'm managing my family asset, okay? I'm not a particular a gold bug, if people may say, or silver bug. My most important thing is to make money for my family, and also most important thing is make money for my subscriber. And I went through the crash. I successfully went through 2008. That's how I got started with my newsletter business. Actually, I exited a gold and silver stock 2012. Actually, it was a little bit over 2011 was the peak, but not that bad. So, and then I was pounding on the record, pounding table on the when silver at $12. So last year I had a good year. I picked a number one stock. It's not gold. I invest in different sector, gold, biotech, and energy. This is biotech stock. It's number one in the United States on the NASDAQ. And then today, I look at my scorecard, and this year I probably may have another stock is already top 10. I hope it will become number one again, so I become a number one stock again this year. We'll see, finger crossed. So this is number one stock. This is me with the CEO. I was congratulate him. So every time I come to the Metals Investor Forum to give, hopefully some idea what I see is coming. Right? This is about exactly 2 years ago, and I saw the silver boom is coming because I saw the silver usage in the solar panel is about what at that time was about to explode. So that was 2 years ago. My presentation title, that was 1 year ago. Okay, exactly 1 year ago. And I saw the huge gold rush of this record gold premium in China. So I was pounding the table to buy gold, and that turned out to be a good call. A little bit lucky, but it was good. So what happened in China? Actually, I just did some extensive travel with my family because of some family business in China. And I met a lot of people, a lot of business people, and also average investor. Okay, so there are a lot of people asking me about China because there's a lot of people, some people say, oh, it's going to collapse, or sometimes China will take over the war, or China will start a war, or so on and so forth. So I'm just trying to give you an accurate picture of what's going on in China. So this is this decline right now, still with no end in sight. Okay, it probably will drag into next year. You see, this is one of the longest decline in the history. Right? There's first decline is the Asian flu. That's when the Asian financial crisis, and then 2008 a little bit dip, COVID a little bit dip, but never been this long. This is one of the longest decline in China, economic decline in China. So what happened with gold? I'll just show you the gold exploded. That was a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. You can see that, and now it's premium disappeared in China. Actually, they were seller of gold because all these people need food. Put it this way, people need to make a living. So they sold the gold. I think they sold prematurely. Okay, they sold it too early, but they sold, and then they are people are busy paying back their debt, paying back their mortgage. So they're trying to, and then their deposit, bank deposits going through the roof, people just try to save. So I will discuss why that happened. So not everything is negative. There's something very, very positive with it's export. Like an automobile export is going through the roof. But even you look at those number, it's still much lower than other countries like Germany, like Japan, like Korea. So there's a lot more room to go. For example, China's export, I heard saw the data like to Brazil went up like 1,000% in the year. But in general, it still have more room to go. Okay. And so this is trying to get you a complete picture. The real estate bubble really popped. Okay, the housing market collapsed. The local government are basically bankrupt. So the infrastructure, Chinese infrastructure, especially local infra, has stopped. So the iron ore price dropped below $90, which is very, very low. I'll show you the picture later, the diagram. So most people believe this is a mistake by the COVID policy era, which he's surrounded by all these yes men around him, a little bit like Putin, been there too long. He's so proud of himself that actually he didn't provide any assistance to the citizen, not a single penny. In US, maybe in other Western countries, maybe gave out too much money, but China didn't give out a penny. So that's the problem with all these Chinese citizens. They have a few years, a lot of small business has no income. A lot of companies went bankrupt. A lot of people, so they're scared to death. They're hoarding the cash. That's why it's happening right now. They're paying back all the loan. They're hoarding cash. They're even paying back their mortgages because they're so afraid of it. But you think about that, on the other flip side, it probably will erase gradually with time. So the time goes on, those will getting better. And then from real estate, 2 years ago was 15 trillion to the Chinese GDP, RMB, okay? Last year is 10 trillion. This year is 5, or maybe below 5 trillion. So you can see that is probably most dramatic decline already happened. So it's getting closer to the bottom, but they probably have more lagging effect of the housing bubble popping. But on the other side, the export is booming. So there's a metal, that's for us, in metals investor, right? So most important about the metal. So anything with the Chinese infrastructure, like iron ore, it's no good, okay? It's going down. I mean, even nickel was weak because stainless steel, right? So, and also overproducing by Indonesia. But on the other side, other metals using for export, actually copper is doing quite well, right? Silver is doing very well. And they also, I'm just talking about, there's another metal which a lot of people thought is dead, it's lead. The recent Chinese has a policy change. They encouraging e-bike and e-scooter to use the advanced lead-based battery instead. So I think lead may be a good commodity to own. And then the recent control of gallium, germanium, antimony, actually, those stocks, those metals in huge run. Okay, let me show you. You see, those are all these charts available on the internet. You can download at your leisure. I just want to show you how dramatic the difference between the metal is needed and metal is not needed, right? Some metal is hot, metal is not hot. Gallium, germanium are going through the roof, but iron ore is crashing. This is iron ore future, okay, not the spot price. Spot price is below 990. Right now. So you want to invest with those metals on the rise, not the metals going down. So I also want to talk about silver. How about silver? This is a recent Bloomberg survey. Bloomberg, their estimate, so this year is their estimate is 592 gigawatts, okay, going to be installed, silver total. We are almost, three quarter of the year, so people can get very accurate estimate. There's another estimate just came out, Amber, this week. So I put a little bit here. You'll notice what their estimate is 593. So Bloomberg and 592, they are 593. So it's very accurate, pinpoint accuracy of how much solar panel is needed, going to be installed this year. Okay, it's around 600. It's very similar to our estimate at the beginning of the year. The rise about 30%, which is right there. And then you can see more than half is in China. Okay, so China is still building the infrastructure, but it's just not those empty building or empty apartment or those things, but they're still putting money into the solar panel infrastructure like solar panel. Okay, does account more than half of the world solar panel installation. Okay, China basically account about 80 or 90% of worldwide solar panel production, and then more than 50% of the actual installation. So you look at all these solar panel, which country? China and then India, those are top 5. It's about 75% of the solar panel is used by top five countries. And this is a very, very, very important one. It's also in the Amber report. You can get it online. You see, Amber report and Bloomberg report, they already have the latest estimate. It's on the top right. There's a few other guys, S&P, Wood Mackenzie, and they haven't really, and then solar power, they haven't really upgraded yet. So in the next couple of months, they will come into an upgrade cycle. So those companies probably estimate will go up. So you see, there's still a lot of upside room to go with all these forecasts. So this is a silver 3-year chart, and this is a 30-year chart, which is very nice, beautiful. You can see it's just about to break out. It's hanging there. A lot of people got very frustrated. Gold already hit a new high, silver hasn't. But when silver catch up, it can run very, very quickly. So I want to tell you, I actually saw silver would break out a few months ago, but it didn't. It had a sharp pullback. Now it's on the rise again. So this is a silver outlook. And then this I gave a presentation before. So you can see the rapid technology evolution. The TOPCon is going to take over. The TOPCon using a lot more silver than the traditional PERC. And recently, our friend at Metal Focus Group, they sent their analyst Elvis to China. They are very happy. They say, oh, China uses less silver now than in the TOPCon technology because they're trying to save silver. To reduce the cost of solar panel. They're very, those people, they have a kind of an agenda. You can see they're just very happy to report negative news, but they didn't reduce their estimate of the silver deficit, still 200 million, and I think it's too low. Even with this, supposedly their good news, it's still too low. Okay, so we're looking about 300 million range this year, the deficit in silver. And this is aggressively, and then the key is, what I see is that the cost of solar panel is going so low that it will reduce the cost, make consumer much so inexpensive, become one of the cheapest, the cheapest energy source in many parts of the world. Okay, this is a recent IEA reports. So finally, I want to talk a little bit about before I move on to AI. Okay, I just want to say that there's all these people stuck with the old world. They still think silver should be in $20 range. That area probably is over. Okay, so. And then they trying to say everything they like recently. Metal Focus Group, they're so happy that China used less silver in the TOPCon technology. So they're trying to amplify all these negative news. And then I can tell you there could be another negative news coming, which is next year is potentially that there will be solar panel without silver, potentially coming out. By my contact, okay, 2025. But I want you to make sure you understand, even if successful, it's a very small portion of the production called the HJT, about 10-20%, and then small portion of that. And then we do not know the reliability of that new solar panel. But anyway, some people will make a big deal. Just don't let those shake off your confidence in silver. So AI just came out, the new technology, OI, And you can see it's already exceeding the PhD of the world. Okay, this is amazing, the development. And this is Jamie Dimon, that will demand is copper. Okay, the AI demand will demand power, and then the copper is one of the key players. So this I want to show you the two sharp contrasts between China and the United States. Well, China is way ahead in the robot, way ahead in the drone area, and then United States is way ahead of AI area. So those are two areas that's in the furious competition globally between United States and China. So what is needed for the AI? My point for that is United States is ahead of AI. It's crucial for United States to continue to be ahead of AI. And then for that, we need a lot of energy. So there's a few different proposals. How do we get the energy for the AI? Possibly, Bitcoin mining. I don't know if people were happy about that. And then nuclear will take a long time to get the permit. So solar panels seem to be the easiest way to generate electricity. Okay, and then that will require silver, copper, and potential other material. So Microsoft already do that. Gold, this is gold. And then also the debt situation, we know that. That's driving the gold. That's driving all the central bank around the world to buy gold from the market. That's driving the gold price up. So I just talk a little bit about platinum. If you've been here for the past 2 years, I have been trading platinum very successfully for past 2 years. I call it money printing. So the strategy is very simple. You buy platinum when they drop below 1,000, and then you sell it when it's over to 1,000. There's a key reason behind it, the China import. China import spike every time platinum is below 1,000, okay, every time. And then China is buying 100% more than they needed in platinum. So obviously, Chinese central bank is accumulating platinum, or some other branch in China, to accumulate platinum. And then for us, we know in the mining business, we know platinum mining cost is way above 1,000. Platinum actually harder to mine, right? Other than gold, right? Gold usually is 1,200 to 1,500 in sustainable cost. How can platinum below 1,000? Because they use other byproduct to subsidize platinum. So actually, they are not making money on platinum. So it's a very good price at below 1,000. I've been buying every time. Recently, I bought so many. There was a dip recently. If you follow platinum closely, I bought so much. Actually, CFTC sent me notice. So I become the large speculator. I had to fill a form, like Form 40, to explain why do I need so many platinum in my family portfolio. So, but it's good. Now it recently went to 1,000. I sold half, and well, wait, and I just continue to make money. This is a very consistent, very simple trade. You can see this up and down. Just buy it every time dip below 1,000. So far, it's been working for the past 2 years. So it's huge money on the sideline. I mean, this is a long term, okay, more than 10-year chart. I mean, there's so much money on the sideline. As Fed cut, that's why the stock market, the gold, and everything going up when Fed cutting interest rate. Because some of the money, not all of them, will come into the market. That's what drive up all the asset price. As you see, that what happened in the past. So, and then this is what we are. We're running out of time. So consider where we are, if we have a recession or not. Recession, soft landing, or whatever. But coming out of that, gold always the best performer, okay? So in conclusion, I believe we're in the super cycle driven by AI, okay? AI make a human capital cheap, but make material more precious. You can build 1 million drones, right? That's what Ukraine, whatever, Russia is trying to build, because they're fighting each other. You need all the material, and the central bank is buying gold. And silver, I think it easily go to $50. Silver is always what I learned in the past 20 years. So silver rise when nobody expecting that. Everybody was just frustrated. Oh, why silver gold hitting new high? Silver is not. But in the blink of an eye, silver is $50. So let's leave that And then this is a super cycle. This is you get more of my newsletters, chenpick.com. I partner with my good friend Jay Taylor.